bought this Harbor Freight motorcycle lift. I don't have a motorcycle, I haven't owned one in years, don't have any intentions of getting one, but I wanted it for working on large snow blowers, two-stage, and generators, that type of thing. For years and years, I've used this table, and I'll continue to use it in the new shop, but I have to lift machines up on it. So a few years ago, I bought this Harbor Freight hydraulic table, but to get a two-stage snowblower or a large generator on there, it's just too heavy and kind of unstable. So I bought this, and I have no intentions of ever putting a motorcycle on it. So if you're going to use it for a motorcycle, you probably don't even want to watch this video. I'm going to use this as an adjustable workbench. And so one of the first things I did was put these larger casters on it. The lift's rated for 1,000 pounds. I'll never have that on it. The casters are 600 pounds a piece. I just welded them to a piece of angle iron and then put 2 bolts in each one of them. So if I ever do want to use it to lift a motorcycle, 8 bolts coming out, and I could use it as it's intended. They put wheels on it so you can roll it around the shop, but just kind of, in my opinion, to roll it out when you're going to use it, roll it away when you're not going to use it. I'm going to use this thing all the time, and it's going to sit right in the middle of the new shop most of the time, but I want to be able to roll it out of the way if I do need to bring a car in, or roll it outside as I've done today. So that's what I'm going to use it for. I've done a couple of different things. I wanted to make it into a little bit larger. This bed is 7 feet long and 27 inches wide. I wanted to make it a little bit bigger, so I took a piece of plywood, an 8-foot piece of plywood, and cut it down to 3 foot. Put these little cleats on it that'll rest against the edge here, so that when it's flipped up, give me a second here, I'm going to have to put the camera down. Sorry about that. Now I've got a nice rolling adjustable height workbench that's 3 foot by 8 foot. Since I put the bigger casters on it, if I do lower it down to the ground to use the Harbor Freight ramp that came with it, of course it's going to be a little bit higher, but that's still not going to be an issue to get a snowblower up on it or a bigger generator. The other thing that I did by leaving this at 8 foot, most of the time when I bring a project home, I'm unloading it out of the back of my SUV or off the trailer. So I'll just lower this down to the height of the SUV or the trailer. And because this is 8 feet long, I can roll it right up into the back and roll the machine right off of the trailer or the SUV and right onto the workbench. The other thing I'm going to use this a lot for, currently, I usually set up 2 tables. I've got my Harbor Freight welding table there in the back, and then another table for my chop saw. With this, I'm going to be able to put the chop saw on one end, and then I picked up this chunk of aluminum that I'll have on the other end that I can use to put small projects on to weld on them. Just have to get one table out. So I think this is going to work out real well for what I want it for. Again, adjustable up and down, gives me a nice 3 foot by 8 foot. Moving out of this shop, or this garage, or this house has a 1.5 car garage. In a few months we're going to be moving into a car with a 4.5 car garage. So I'll have my 2 daily drivers and the Camaro, and then a stall and a half for just the shop. And so I'll be making some more videos in the near future of things I'm building or making once I get into that shop, mostly for storage. Storage is going to be a big deal in that shop as it is in this one. So this is going to make me a nice rolling workbench. Going to be the shop will have workbench around the edges, but this will be a nice one right in the middle that I can roll around. And if I do need the space for a car for the weekend or something, I can just roll this up against the wall, and I'll have room to bring a 4th car in if we've got guests or visitors for the weekend. So Toolman touch on the Harbor Freight motorcycle lift. thought I'd share.